afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for March 27th, 2021, 3 p.m. Eastern. We're having a beginning series with, some of you may know of a gentleman by the name of Prime Minister. And I'll be on his call today at 5 p.m. Eastern is the way it's scheduled right now. Excuse me. Some of you might know who Prime Minister is, P-R-Y-M-E. He's a patriot advocate, does a lot of communication with several people out there, interviews, and loves this country, America. So if you want, you can scatter over there, listen to what I have to say as far as the technologies and some other stuff that we'll be talking about. But it's just look up Prime Minister. He's got a P-R-Y-M-E, Prime Minister, like in Reverend or Minister, that type, M-I-N-I-S-T-E-R. And you'll be able to find his podcast. How many people ask themselves, I really would like to know who I am. But when you ask yourself the question, who am I? What answer do you receive? If you are not your name, which you are not, body, experience, or identity, so then what remains? So if you're not your name, you're not your body, you're not your experience or identity, so then what remains? Keep pondering this. Who is witnessing these thoughts arising now? When you find total stillness, then stop and rest here. Explore this inner mystery and relax in the unknown and let yourself unravel today. See what is left. It's interesting when you do this. Because, you know, a lot of us identify ourselves as our name, our body, our experience, our identity. But that's not us. That's not who you are. That's just a cover, a blanket. Without deviation from the norm, progress is not possible. Frank Zappa, pretty good quote. Without deviation from the norm, progress is not possible. Life is our greatest teacher. We all know that. It has this mysterious, seductive way of showing us how deeply powerful, creative, and incredibly penetrating we are. The world wants to be penetrated by you, by your energy, your creativity, your love, and your consciousness. That is why it is here. The world is here to experience you, so that in return, you get to experience it. This is the cosmic setup and how we can learn, grow, and evolve as infinite souls traveling through this life on our mysterious journey home. We are not just passive observers watching our lives flutter by. We are also not just actors on life's stage, playing out these random personalities and the garden variety of roles handed down to us. We are that indescribable expansion and contraction of consciousness that is weaving itself in between. We are the blend of the observer, the observed, and the actor on the grand stage. We are the energy that's creating our actions, and this detached observer who is watching it all magically unfold. We are this interwoven space, this timeless spiritual essence. This is beyond all rational comprehension. It can be tricky at first to understand that this divine interwoven mystery is what and who we really are. We've been programmed and imprinted to believe we are either this body or this soul, that we either are spiritual or material beings. Yet, we look with a penetrating, piercing mind into the core infrastructure of our human reality. We'll see that we are both. The universe is just too big not to contain both. And wherever we begin to identify ourselves with anything other than all three sides of the coin, we needlessly suffer. Whatsoever is given to you is precious. If it was not so, existence would not have given it to you. Suffering is not always bad. It is the most wonderful indicator that we are not being receptive, open, and available to the universe. Thank God that there is something to notify us when we are off target. Our suffering, however, is not to be taken too personally. Suffering just means the ego, your individuated mind, has got you convinced that it's in charge and running the entire show. It is a master of pretending that your life is something smaller than the divine cosmic immensity that it truly is. The mind has got you hypnotized into believing its minuscule separate version of the reality is true. It's like a colony of ants trying to convince every human being that their world is the only system that exists on the planet, and the most important one everyone should be focusing upon. All suffering stems from forgetting our connection with the God source, which originates from a deeper complaint we have within ourselves that says life should be different than the way it is. The complaining ego doesn't trust that the all-intelligent divinity, creative God source, knows exactly what it is doing. Our ego maintains its kingly or queenly suffering state because it stopped being curious about this awesome divine matrix of life. It has forgotten about our spiritual freedom, the power of pure consciousness, and our ability to choose what really matters. Everybody is carrying around hundreds of masks. Just watch. Talk to your lover, your boss, or with a person who is not going to fulfill any of your desires. Just watch your face. If you need their help the next day, then just watch your face. Is there a moment in your life, in this life, where you drop all your masks with everyone? God exists, as we know, within everything, including our awareness, right here, right now. At the deepest level of reality, the universe has given us an opportunity to discover this connection with the divine, which creates total freedom, love, empowerment, and enlightenment in our lives. We are given an opportunity while we are in a human body to create whatever we wish to, including transcending every level of suffering, life mastery, and mastery over our minds. Inner mastery is available to anybody who truly believes it's possible to be free from any type of suffering forever. Inner mastery is available to anybody who truly believes it's possible to be free from any type of suffering forever. Some people, however, feel they need to suffer more before they are ready for liberation, while others believe they have had enough and are not willing to tolerate living in some version of inner conflict another day. And the most interesting thing that I've discovered, though, is that the people who are truly, honestly finished with their own personal suffering toleration project suddenly create an inner shift in their consciousness that has the most fascinating dimension to it. They begin having a fully open, consistently receptive, welcoming quality to this life, which behaves much like a cosmic womb, continuously ready and willing to give birth to a deeper connection with the God source inside. If we look deeper and begin exploring what exactly is this cosmic womb, we see that it is the foundation of all matter and antimatter. It is the awesome, supremely empty, universal blackboard of which all consciousness and all its content fall upon. In a more spiritual context, you might say the cosmic womb is the home base where the creative, all-loving God source abides. The womb is the feminine aspect of God, and all matter and consciousness is the male aspect. Just as you and I came from a womb, everything in the universe was also born out of a womb as well. It is what existed before the Big Bang, before the first thought, before there was any empty void in existence. When we begin personally exploring this 100% pure emptiness of existence, we can often first encounter negative states of emotional sensation such as lack, apathy, loss, or even depression. This part of the normal emptying out procedure that is simply a clearing of the ego's list of negative limiting beliefs it's been gripping onto. Through a persistent curiosity, devotion, meditation, prayer, or spiritual practice of investigating this purely empty, cosmically connected womb like space inside us, we soon discover something radically divine and absolutely precious abides at the core. At the core of our inner cosmic womb is absolute freedom, true inner peace, an indescribable self-love, a deeply penetrating awareness, and the connection to all the power and energy in this universe. Now, it may sound quite outrageous and unbelievable, yet when you experience it for yourself, you'll see that precisely that's exactly what it is. The cosmic womb is your sacred entry point, your spiritual gateway to instantly commune with the divine. When we are inside this absolutely pure empty space, the most direct, loving inner guidance immediately shows up, providing the most vital information and insights we were most needing to have. Discovering how to live in a constant reverent communion with this sacred womb within is the most solid spiritual foundation that we can relax our entire lives into. There is nothing more reliable, since the cosmic womb is always there, always ready to be received, and always creating the deepest possible transformation within us. When we surrender deeply to life, we discover our own personal relationship and intimate connection with this deepest experience of reality. And to prove that it is real, we are given the gift of effortlessly finding total mastery over our minds, peace with every emotion we have, a profound unity with our own consciousness, and thus total mastery of our lives. All the greatest treasures are hidden behind that which we wouldn't want to be with. You're this ultimate mischief and brilliance. All the wisdom, compassion, and treasure is within. So where are you going to hide it? I find it such a surprise to notice that who we are is the pulsing heart of the emptiness, the mountain strength of the vastness. Pamela Wilson. The East have known about this purely empty state for thousands of years, and they called it shunyata. It means pure emptiness, yet in a positive sense, not like the negative interpretation that casts upon being empty in the West, since the Western mind is more focused on materialism, productivity, achieving things in the outer world. Emptiness would seem like a negative experience for the traditionally conditioned Western mind, because the Eastern mind sees all matter as illusory, transitory, here today and gone tomorrow. Then that which is void of matter, purely empty of thought, is understood to be our closest connection to our divine spiritual nature and ultimate foundation. Discovering 100% reliable spiritual foundation is the most colossal gift we could ever give ourselves. Finding that which never changes, is always permanent, always reliable, eternal, indestructible, and absolutely free, simply sets the mind at ease. It allows our soul to rest in our body, to experience the feeling that we can be at home here now, no matter what seems to be happening in the outer world. The cosmic womb is the great doorway to our highest freedom and the full realization of our unbounded spiritual nature. It is our essential entry point for how we can instantly reclaim our real spirituality, which in turn initiates a complete mind and body healing and permanent access to the state of unlimited potentiality. Just a few seconds in the womb, we immediately experience heaven is within. We encounter a timelessness and infinite spaciousness inside that opens a purely awakened mind, unstoppable energy, and infinite love within ourselves. We discover we are already spiritual beings at the core of every moment. We experience our spiritual indestructible essence is always here, always now, and always available. Right now you have the small light of the ego to help you see and help you to see, to grow, to find your way. You are afraid to extinguish it. Then you will fall into utter darkness for a time, while the dark night of the soul. In a dark night, even a glowworm is quite a hope that light exists. Osho. The cosmic womb inside you right now is easy to discover. In fact, it takes zero effort and energy to realize it is here. The more the mind efforts to try to find it, the more elusive the womb becomes. Your cosmic womb can only be found through a deep relaxation into your consciousness. It is not something experienced when we are unconscious, half-conscious, or operating in automatic habits of the mind. The womb is only found when the mind is not there. When we are free from all the demands and desires of the ego, only then can we fully relax, remove all our masks, and happily reveal the amazing enlightened being that we truly are. Your cosmic womb is found through a constant experience of receptivity and surrender. When we can become supremely unguarded, free from any need or agenda, only then are we fully receptive and the God source instantly enters us. We must surrender completely to the totality of our experience, to all our problems and their solutions, letting everything release. In this great letting go, all the answers to life's greatest questions seem to be painted in perfect pictures on the womb's vast, infinite, holy blackboard. This grand emptiness is so profound that the infinitely creative source has no other choice than to draw out all the answers for you. The power in the womb is so intoxicating and liberating that all our pains and personal issues are orgasmically taken over by the divine. The womb awakens us instantly, points us back to the most radical essence of who and what we truly are, and gives us exactly what we are most needing to experience. To initiate the process of discovering your inner cosmic womb this week, start with being more allowing, welcoming, receptive, and expansive in your thinking than normal. A good exercise in welcoming each experience of this life and its opposite, meaning welcome in the pain and the pleasure, the joy and the sadness, the frustration and the ecstasy, etc. The cosmic womb is already allowing all the good and bad experiences in this world to play out on its universal blackboard without discrimination or judgment. It is simply allowing for everything, including the mind and its various states of consciousness, to unfold as they will. Be like this cosmic blackboard, allowing for all. The very instant we become our totality, the dark and the light, we become 100% present to this present moment, and the most amazing discoveries are found. Each moment becomes another epiphany and a holy experience to be revealed. We find every day is a great gateway to absolute creativity, expanded love, and a higher state of consciousness. Through welcoming all good and bad experiences, we can allow this unlimited God source of energy to freely enter our lives. It's good to know that everyone is going to be reflecting back to you where you are. The world will be mirroring those good and bad parts of yourself that you might not be aware of. If you are feeling stuck in a relationship, trapped in a job, powerless in a financial situation, or simply inadequate in your life, you are not feeling into the full contraction and expansion of your consciousness. Let go of this clinging or resisting either side and let this grand pendulum swing. If you are welcoming everything on the outside and the inside, you will not miss the cosmic womb. The good news is that the universe, this universe, already always loves you. It's perpetually sending you wake-up calls, trying to pour its greatness, its sweet healing love, and wild ecstasy into you. Ask yourself, are you ready for this? Can you handle a cosmic state of ecstasy? Then become ridiculously receptive to every experience in this life again. Become like the most beautiful feminine flower, tasting the fresh morning rays of sunlight, dancing on your skin. God must enter you here. It has no other choice. It must surrender to you. If you allow for it to enter you, simply open yourself up to all of existence. This is the most effortless and easy way to realize and experience your divinity. The ego functions like a blindfold on your eyes. The sun rises and you remain in darkness. The music goes on, but you don't hear a thing. You live in the ocean of love, but nothing is felt. With the ego, you remain like a dying tree uprooted. Then life looks like this long, drawn-out tragedy. The whole thing seems to be so ridiculously meaningless, and consciousness seems to be something irrelevant and accidental. Osho. One last word of advice on your journey into the womb. It is a glorious and ferocious ride, and nothing short of that. The mind will have a tendency to try to remain in control, to dictate reality, and micromanage your destiny. This is a very old habit which it's not going to let go easily. It's going to try to make you believe it is better not to surrender to existence. It feels a desperate need for protection, safety, and security. It tends to live from a place of fear rather than freedom, love, or ecstasy. Just know that at any time you are not feeling free, your mind has taken over, has forgotten the cosmic womb is here to liberate you, and is desperately trying to escape from some illusionary prison it's caught in. The great spiritual setup here is that our souls have signed up for millions of mind games that believes we are imprisoned so that we can break free and believe we are free. We want to experience it all, and it will settle for nothing less. Any attempt to be in total control of the game is pointless and throws our body into a state of contraction. Just understand that your mind is stuck in the habit of constantly attempting to find freedom from an illusionary prison that is created, and all the answers and real goodies you're seeking are inside this jail cell. There is no need to escape from it. And when you realize this, the bars and the walls suddenly dissolve. Any seeking for freedom, love, or enlightenment in another person's spiritual text or concept is inherently coming from the feeling of missing out on this divine spiritual womb-like connection within yourself. There is no greater guru than trusting your life and the wisdom in your heart. Realize this deeply and completely. This mind of yours is the only thing blocking you from experience this divine God source connection. No matter how sacred the mind is, it is still in your way. The mind has you fooled, trying to achieve some personal private goal out there, rushing around as if your soul has an eternity of time ahead of you. Be careful of the mind. It acts much like a locomotive, coal-burning train that's been hurling down the same old tracks for 25 years. It's never stopped. It doesn't know how to stop, or at least consciously. Of course, the mind may pause for the occasional red light along the way, yet for it to come to a full, complete halt and turn off its engines, whistles, and backup motors is unheard of. If we ever want to discover the divine womb and the greatest mystery of life, this life within ourselves, we must abandon this suicidal train for good. We must leap far from these old tracks, hurl ourselves into the unknown. It is here that we will find the soft green grass catches our fall, where we can lay the mind down gently to rest as we bask in the golden sunset beyond the fields, making mad, passionate love with God behind the world's closed eyes. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted, and I'm sure we all are, and the first thing that we care to do is relax our bodies. And only you can do this. No one else can. To naturally relax your body. You're the master and commander. You always have been. Most of us don't recognize or understand that, but are slowly coming around. So how do you do that? You let go. You surrender. You're open with yourself. You're vulnerable with yourself. All of these tensions, anxieties, stresses, worries, fears that we drag with us every day, some a little bit, some a little bit more, some a lot. But we do it nevertheless. You ask yourself one question. Does any of this serve me the greater good? And I guarantee you your answer is going to be, no, it doesn't. So it just drops off of you. The body becomes lighter. Just picture that you just lean back, you fall back into the chair, actually the God within you. So you fall back and the God within you catches you. And you just lean back and you're so comfortable that you don't even care to move, nor even think, nor even entertain the thousands of thoughts rushing by at all. You step out. And your body is so relaxed. It is, if you've ever been in that state where you're so relaxed naturally that you're not thinking about anything. And you really have no cares or concerns in that moment. You're not worrying. You're not wondering. You are in almost like a sustained space of sacredness. And when you achieve that, you naturally have moved into the now. The now is the space between heartbeats. It is all we really have. We don't have it. The past is dead. It's gone. It's inert. The future hasn't been created yet. We create the future in the now. So in reality, we only have the now. And the now stills the ego and the mind and the subconscious mind. In other words, when you move into the now, you're stepping out of the mind. You're leaving it alone. You're leaving the ego alone, the subconscious mind alone. You're leaving them alone. You're not in them. They don't influence you. You're in a sacred space. Your body is totally relaxed. How can we stop ourselves from living in the past? Now, all of us are not, none of us are exempt, so we have memories, and so we visit the past. We embrace certain things, reminisce, but we don't stay there. We just don't stay there. Others of us will go into a future that doesn't exist, and we'll keep asking ourselves, I wonder when this is going to happen. I wonder when I'm going to have this. What will happen when I have this? What's going to happen? What's going to happen when I meet this person, or I do this, or I do that? Some of us will stay in the past too long. Past is like an elephant graveyard, tusk and bones and carcasses everywhere. There's like a foggy mist in the air. It's not like you can see everything, but you know it's there. So some of us will stay there so long that we take that past into a future that doesn't exist. We create that future from that past, and we relive that past in that future. This is why so many people will kind of ask themselves, it seems like I keep ending up in the same place no matter what I do or how I do it. Well, that's why. Now is all we have. Whatever you're doing in the moment is all we have. Second from second. Because we really don't know when we may leave the body. That's why it's so sacred, and that's why from moment to moment is all we really have. Now you're outside the body, and you watch yourself. You kind of picture it this way. You're watching the body, the God is watching you watch the body, or eventually you'll be with the God and you'll watch the body. So in the body, you see it so relaxed, and you see these from the base of your spine going all the way up to the top of your head. You see these beautiful colored wheels of light. They're energy vortexes, otherwise known as chakras. There's 7 main. There's more chakras, but these are the centers through the center of the body. And these are your energy points they connect you to all the particles of existence. They connect you to all the planes of existence. They open up all the pathways. These connect etheric energy, spiritual energy, the God force, love, light energy. They're your organs, your emotions, navigating in that body through this life. And the first one we see is it's a vibrant red, unlike anything you see on this planet. And it is known as the root chakra, the Muladhara. This is our survival. This is our career, money mindset, sense of belonging, a feeling of knowing. And it's blocked by fear. Fear is a thought. That we move this thought, energy into form, create it into reality. Then we move to the orange wheel of light. This is the sacral chakra, the Vadhisthana. This is our ease, sexuality, pleasure, ability to accept others and new experiences. And this is blocked by guilt, another illusion. Then we move through the yellow golden wheel of light. This is our willpower, our solar plexus chakra, our Manipura. It's our personal power, our ability to channel. It's to be confident through the heart-mind. And in the form of our lives. And it is blocked by shame, another illusion. Then we move to the emerald green wheel of light. This is our anahata, our heart chakra. This is our ability to love, our relationships, our self-acceptance, our joy, our inner peace. And it is blocked by grief. Then we move to the blue wheel of light, the throat chakra, the Vishuddha. It's our communication. It is our self-expression. And it deals with truth and is blocked by lies. Then we move to the indigo wheel of light, the ajna. This is our intuition, sense of purpose, direction in this life, ability to focus and see the big picture. And that is blocked by illusion. And then we move to the crown chakra, the violet wheel of light, the Sahasrara. This is our connection, direct connection to the divine, to the God source. And it is blocked by ego attachment, being attached to the ego. Blocks your cosmic energy, your connection to the divine. Now, all of us are consciously aware that we are of and from the highest of the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and deep eternal peace. These bodies that we are in, with our higher self, our spirit, our soul, our heart mind, our ego mind, our subconscious mind, the God source, the pure consciousness, all one. All one, all one. And we know that we are heaven on earth. Cannot not be. We carry the divine, perfect divinity, absolute perfection, the soul within these bodies. So we're heaven on earth. The soul is the heaven, the body's the earth, we walk the earth. So we're heaven on earth. Every step we take, we create paradise, whether consciously or unconsciously, but we're conscious about it. We also have learned to shine our light outward, massively. And this is the God force, love, light, energy. And we are flooding all life, the highest supreme value in the universe, all of our brothers and sisters, head to toe, inside and out, eternally, always. So you see the planet, and if you scope out into the sacredness of space, and you see the planet, it glows. It is a God planet. It is filled with little gods that make up the big God. So a God planet that glows with the deep eternal love of the God force love light energy that is the creation of everything and nothing. Now we're all pieces, all of us are pieces of the collective consciousness, the one, the God. Some of us are asleep. Some of us are waking. Some of us are awake. We communicate with those who are consciously aware, awake. So we call out to all the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, and beneath her. Yet, only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, in the forming of the circle of light, and the liberation of this planet. And they come in the billions, and they're with us now consciously. We call out to all the light energy beings out there, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond and forever. Yet, again, only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming the circle of light and the complete liberation of this planet Earth, Gaia, in this now. Now they come in the Gugaplexes. One Gugaplex fills this entire universe. They come in trillions of Gugaplexes from trillions of universes in every direction. And they are with us now consciously. We call upon all the off-worlders, all the galactics, all the celestials, yet only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, the forming of the circle of light, and the complete liberation of this planet. Now, we're only familiar with a smidgen of them. Over 1,000 travel through this solar system every single day. 1,000 civilizations, different species. And trillions every day throughout the universes. And the ones that we're somewhat familiar with, the Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Arcturians, the Andromedans, the Feline, the Zeta Reticuli, the Nords, the Greys, the Draco, the Reptilian, the Golden Pyramid, the Avian, and many, many, many more. They've been assisting us in our evolution, enlightenment, ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. And in uncountable numbers, they are with us now consciously. We call upon all of our loved ones, all of those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. Yet only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, in the forming of this circle of light, and the complete liberation into the highest of the highest high vibrational frequencies of deep eternal love and gratitude of this planet. And they come in the billions, and they are with us now consciously. We call upon all the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms, on, in, above, and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now, in this meditation, in this liberation. Now, they're in the numbers of the trillions, and they come in shapes, colors, sizes, forms, and configurations that we've never seen before. As a matter of fact, we only see 1% of that which is. The ones that we're somewhat familiar with are the fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the trolls, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, and the minotaur, and many, many, many more. And yet, only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude can be with us in this now, in this meditation, to form the circle of light. And in the trillions, they are with us now consciously. Understand we also, they have the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes, the ascended masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda, Christ, El Morya, Abundantia, Pel, Thoth, Yahweh, Yeshua, many, many, many more. Now the archangels and the ascended masters are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. The archangels, cherubim, seraphim, archetypes, they're a different civilization than we are. They vibrate at a different frequency. This is why we don't see them like we see each other. But we do meet them in this life, in all lives. And the message is always the same, but it's delivered in different ways, countless ways. And we usually pick up on it after we have had the interaction. And it dawns on us that that just wasn't just a regular Joe or gal. It was an angel. And the message deciphers out, isn't it absolutely spectacular, wonderful that we are alive in these bodies? Yes, it is. And when you recognize this, a little bit of the bliss within you bubbles to the surface. Now, they can surround us in numbers of tens of thousands because of their vibrational frequency. They can house a large number in a small area. Now, we're all gathered arm in arm, hand in hand, in full compassion, non-judgment, non-negativity, non-ego, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance. And we're all one. And we're all love. And we're all God. And our God force, love, light, energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We immediately form a massive circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. This light, its source, is the God source housed within each and every one of us. We have learned to shine it out constantly. It is so brilliant that it grays out the darkness of sacred space. It would take over 1,000 billion suns in this solar system alone to even come close to its radiance. It is a white that it's unconceivable. The depth, the color, the expanse. It floods this planet. All of our brothers and sisters, all life, the highest supreme value in the universe, on it, in it, above it, and below it. It changes the very fabric of the energies of the atmosphere. It's lifting the planet and the civilization into the highest of the highest high vibrational frequencies of deep eternal love, deep eternal gratitude, and deep eternal pure peace. This planet cannot not be liberated because it already has been. We immediately begin to ascend, levitate above the planet. As we do this, we're immediately met with a massive ocean of glitter. It is everywhere. The vibrant colors are in uncountable numbers, flashing, reflecting all of us back and forth. We zero in on these flashes and we notice that they're a perfectly etched microscopic mirror reflecting all of us back and forth to each other. You see, we are all teachers and students of each other. Sometimes we're the teacher, sometimes we're the student. This is a constant. This is how we expand. This is how we intensify. This is how we journey. This is how we experience. We're all assisting each other along this grand journey. We're immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is the column of light that reminds us all that we are the power of healing. We are then met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is the column of light that reminds each and every single one of us that of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. Then we're met with the white fire. This is a column of light that from head to toe, inside and out, we are imbued with a white fire armor. This armor emanates from the God Force Love Light energy within each and every single one of us. We are protected 24/7, eternally, always. No demons, no possessions, no attachments, no voodoo, no Wiccan, no attack, no apparitions, nothing can harm us, ever, but only you. Only you have the power that if you decide, whether consciously or unconsciously, to lower your vibrational frequency low enough in hatred, anger, deception, envy, fear, greed, lies, deceit, you will lower your frequencies low enough to create a breach in your white fire armor, enough so to allow all the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies to come rushing in. You do decide to do this, you are then met with the purple transmuting flame. This is a column of light that reminds us all that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame, we can transmute these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutral light substance. We send them to pure consciousness where they are vaporized and they are no more. We are then met with a violet ray. This is a column of light that reminds each and every one of us that we can bring in the violet ray right behind the purple transmuting flame. We can literally purify and cleanse the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies once were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor, restoring our vibrational harmony of the highest high, deep, eternal love and gratitude. We are then met with the golden pink light. This is a column of light that reminds us all that we are the sun, the sunlight, the rain and the rainbows. We are the sunsets and the sunrises. We are the sky and the clouds. We are the trees and the forest. We are the soil. We are all the animals. We are the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the streams. We are everything. So the next time you see a beautiful vision, a sunset or a sunrise, a beautiful sky, day or night, and you're in awe of the majesty and the beauty of it all, it is you that you're in awe of, the God that you are, the divine perfection that you are. Always you. We continue to levitate above this planet, and some of us step outside our physical form and float effortlessly above them, if we're carrying physical form. We come in contact with a massive crystalline light tower. We created it. It's larger than the solar system. In the center of the column, there's this massive oblong sphere. In the center is a golden white sparkling ball of light, and surrounded by numerous vibrant colored rings, sparkling and shimmering. And they're all sending out these waves of mist that saturate, bathe, and penetrate us all head to toe inside and out. The golden white sparkling ball of light is deep eternal love. Then it's followed by gratitude, peace, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, well-being, great wealth, prosperity, abundance, tranquility, benevolence. It's endless. And to find out, it is us. All of it is us. It's the God within us. At the top, we designed it so the golden ocean can come cascading down 360 degrees, as it does perpetually, eternally, forever, ever, always, saturating and flooding and bathing us all, head to toe, inside and out, with pure, deep, eternal love. We, all of us, are drops of this golden ocean. And we contain the essence of this golden ocean. And the golden ocean is the drops, and the drops of the golden ocean. And the only illusion is separation. We see our meditative sphere. It's that center circle. We all created this sphere over 3 years ago. It houses and contains almost 1,300 of our meditations in perpetual motion of the highest high vibrational frequency intent of deep, pure, eternal love and gratitude. It is the discovery of the gods that we all are. And it bathes all of us eternally, always, head to toe, inside and out. You see it and feel it through your heart, mind. All of us gathered, hundreds of millions of us, on and off world. And all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond and forever, and all the conscious particles of the One, of the God. Absolutely spectacular. Completely liberating this planet every single microsecond. You feel it as it saturates you, as you are the One, the God source. Perfect divinity. You are in the cosmic womb. Your fears are gone. You stay in your cosmic womb. You are deeply relaxed into your consciousness. It is not something experienced when we're unconscious, half-conscious, or operating in automatic habits of the mind. It is only when the mind is not there, when we are free from all of the demands and desires of the ego, only then can we fully relax, remove all our masks, and happily reveal the amazing enlightened beings that we all truly are. I'll join you in the meditation and return to close us out. Take an easy breath in through the nose and an easy breath out through the mouth. Move easily and slowly. Right in this very moment, each of us have the small light of the ego to help us to see, to grow, to find our way. And yet, we are afraid to extinguish it. We are afraid to extinguish it. And then we will fall into utter darkness for a time, while the dark night of the soul, and a dark night, even a glowworm, is quite a hope that light exists. This is the ego and the clinging that we have, that the attachment to it. It is our choice to let it go. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, into the following morning. We will return here Sunday, March 28th, 2021, 3 p.m. Eastern. Continue our global guided meditation call. And for those of you who want to join the call, the Prime Minister call, Zoom meeting, you can, as that'll commence at 3 p.m. Mountain, 5 p.m. Eastern today. I will be on there for a couple of weeks covering all kinds of subjects. So, for those of you on the Zoom meeting, the meeting ID is 851-9000-1764. 851-9000-1764. That's the Zoom meeting ID, 851-9000-1764. And the passcode, 446-903. 446-903. 446-903.